some videos uploaded earlier already talking about Archi, which is our Archi modeling tool from the basic usage and some tips. This video, as well as two more, I put three in this small series. I would like to specific talking about the Archi exported HTML report. Because I believe is if you have used Archi for a certain period, you know these are features from Archi. You can export that to HTML and either open this index file in local, or you can publish that to our web server. Then for people that doesn't have the Archi tool installation, they can also view your repository or your tool, the Archi's content or your models in the web-based part. But instead of not only is talking about how to view that in the HTML base, specifically is I want to introduce the data model behind this HTML repo, and that is the this video I want to focus to talk about. And then with those is I also wanted to have some more things like is how to query, because there's are interesting the tools features in the third tab that you are not only just a view, you can make some query. If you're familiar with SQL, then you must be able to use this very easily. So it's based on the web-based SQL, alasql, but the majority syntax are same. So next video I want to show you and demo to you some hands-on the queries from basic to the specific purpose. And next, the third video is I want to show you some more potential. So you can definitely use that in HTML only, but consider is certain the analytical tool or the BI tool, which I will demo Power BI to you. Is we can load those HTML repo tables. Once we get that into some source formats, we can load that into the Power BI, and then after you move that to Power BI, then you can create some more colorful and interactive visuals. So in this video, I will show you how to make that initialized. So let's go to the first one. So within today's video is I want to introduce some basic. So if you haven't chance use this exported HTML report, that's fine. So I will show you how to generate that. And then how to make the basic query after we go through this HTML report structure. And then this I will use the open source editor, Rise editor, to show you how to build this data model behind this HTML report. Because if you want to do the data query, you must understand the data model, what's the keys in each table, what's the relations, and cross mappings with those different tables. And let's make that visualize, and then you can use that data model in your mind is in the next video. And for this model is if you watch my other video series, I make certain tutorial for the Archi Assurance, that the case study, and also Archi Model. I just pick up the Archi Assurance that completed model, and we export that into the HTML report, and we use that as our sample to show you. So let's go to our today's part. So in my GitHub, github.com is my name, Yasin Star, and you can go to this archissurance underscore practice. These from here is actually you have those whole the complete knowledge information about how to making the archissurance model. But within the source folder, there's the Archi assurance, the Archi model here. So let's find that. So I think is this one. So Archi assurance underscore practice dot archimate. So let's open that. So first, let me open the so this is the Archi tool. So let's open the file, open model. Then I go to the local. I have this GitHub already in local, so Archi assurance practice. Then in the root folder, I have this file. So I had export that to based on the Archi tool when I had 5.0 version, 5.2 version. So let's open this model, and today is already go to the 5.3 version. So let's just export that to our new version for demo purpose. So when you click the file, go to the export, you have the numbers of those export. If you have this Excel plugin, you have this model to Excel. By default, you have model to CSV, model to the other, the Open Exchange. If you go to the CSV, you'll get a 3 file, but that's based on the 3 file. I will show you is through this repo, you have 2 repo. One is Jasper. Second is what I want to show you today is for the HTML repo. And in the third video, when we try to convert that to the CSV, you will see the difference between this HTML repo data model compared to you directly go to the CSV file. So that is have some distinguish. Let's go to click here. Then it will pop up our the dialog for you to do this export. So let's go to the folder. So let me back to the GitHub and back to Archi assurance. So let's create our new folder. So let me see, that is a new folder. So Archi assurance HTML 5.3. And you just select this folder, and it's starting to create. For this model, it's not so big, so it's just 40 views. So it's come to here. If you install the different Archi version, you may see a slightly difference about this HTML repo, because this one is already built in with the Archi tool. So now it's 5.3, so you may see that this looks like some color, and also the maybe the framework is a little different if you have a lower version of this Archi tool. But the majority is the same. So if you go to here, so they have 3 types: purpose, properties, and the query. So by default, left is the model tree. So model content and the view. So view is here. All these your models content are put in this model content. If you expand that, you see from strategy to the bottom relation. So these 8 folders are here, and all these contents are export here. So which means is if you come to the capability, for example, if you click in your model, you see the properties. If you click here, you will see the same. So here is the specific, specialization, So we don't have anything putting that. Name is in the properties here. Name is by default is here. And then analysis, you can see, you can drag this up. So you can see to view and then 6 relation. And that will be the same. So to view and the 6 relation, and the relation, the target and the type source. So this source and target for this model part is just in one line. So you can see the type and with parentheses with the source and the hyphen target. But in the HTML report, it will be more interactive, because if you click here, you can also jump to that target elements directly. So that is keep you the way you can explore within this HTML report. And then if you click here, certain the properties you can also see from here. Also, you'll see this Archi assurance property. So, and if you click a view, then here, then you can phase 1. If you click a view, view is here. Then that is let's forget about this model. Let me close Archi, and we are now moving focus on the HTML report. And if you come to the file, so in the file explorer, so you go to the GitHub and go to the Archi assurance practice and the 5.3. So here is the HTML report structure. What we have opened is this index. Along with your repository size increase, this indexed file will be increased huge, but it's still manageable. And all of your elements is named here, is have an element, but the actual content is on this ID. This ID actually is your model ID, and here is every the element will be our element ID. So if you just look at, let me see here, this our element, and if I open that into the notepad just once, so you may have a way to read this. So this specific element is retrieved from the huge the XML file. So you know is the Archi model is based on the XML. So here is every element, every relation, every property, every view, so are all extracted into the separate HTML file, and from here you may get our separate this HTML explanation. For example, this element I can see here is so I should get our some of these those load header, and then here is the presentation documentation is this one. And then we have the property, we have the analysis to see what's these elements relations with others. So all those are the things, every element, every the relations, every image. Image is if you have some specialization, then that will be have certain the image, and we don't have the specialization, so that no. And then the object and also the view. So view is can be the bigger or smaller depending on the complexity of your view content. But after all, this idea is the primary the assets of your this HTML report. It's also load some basic JavaScript and CSS to help rendering and make that interactive of this report. So that is the file. So you can put this folder. You just export this to our web server and point to this index HTML file. Then you can have your report published to some web server. And then this when you come to click the view, then every element is also still the have those information. So if you put here element, so every here is you can see from the bottom. So the element name and the type. We also have two nodes, but node doesn't have a name, but I put that here. So and we also have some, if you put this as the redirect to another view, then you can feel our kind of the hyperlink effect. So I introduced this making our navigation page during this Archi tutorial. Now you can see the effect is can be clickable in this HTML report format. And you can also zoom. So that is the way you can zoom your view. You can get this information or hint, view was that, and also there is no viewpoint. So if we define certain viewpoint, you can also see from that. And you can see the hints for the elements. So all those are the relationship. For example, every line we have those relations. So overall, so if you have this view, then that will give you our quite the dynamic, the interactive way to go through your model. And then this is the query. So query part you see here is the alasql. So within this over this video, I just wanted to show you is this HTML report. We are using this alasql as the query tool. So alasql is an open source project, and this one is a free and open source SQL database for JavaScript. So because this HTML report is with this JavaScript enabled, so it's adding the alasql as the query capability. So we can use this to do certain query. So you can, I give you this link as the alasql wiki. You can go to here to get certain this knowledge about the alasql. And then this we can starting to have some basic things. So with the alasql, so you remember is we have a way to see our HTML report structure, file structure here, but actually is when you view those HTML report from the database perspective, it must have some data table behind so that we can use SQL to do the query things. So that's the basic things we can use this show tables. Actually, you can also use small case, but just in the hobby is for those keywords or the reserved words or terms, it's better to use this fully capital. So when you enter, you can see here is actually to build this HTML report. Here is 7 tables. So to prepare the next video that we can use certain this query and to ensure you have understanding the every table's structure and how we can do the this join to combine two tables with which ID to making them connected. I will show you within this video is using this REST editor Let's together to build our data model for this. And once we do this one by one, is we can see how these the data tables relationship each other. And then this REST editor also are interesting. The tool I recommend is you can try. This one is based on the Bloomy software. So this Rise editor, if you come to here, so they provide one is Marshall, another is Rise. So Rise, I like this quite a lot. Is I used this for quite a long time. It's a software suitable for model-driven information system development. So it will be easier for make the information model, especially for the data table or data model visualize. So if you are interested and you want to follow me, you can pause here and download and install this Rise editor. So I hope you have this Rise editor already enabled. Let's open that. So Rise. So once in your Windows, you can see here is the Rise editor. So I will open that. And by default, is come to this start page. So let's make a new model. So just a blank model. So let me give a model our name. So Archi HTML Report data model. So default name conversion. So and then let me save as. I will save this to my another EA repository. So I have this one, and within that I have a generic Archi 2. So let's save that. The extension is RISE. So by default is empty. So we should have our drawing. So let's make our rename. So Archi HTML. So then within that is we can have our different entity. So here we can insert entity. So every entity is the data table. So we have 7 tables. So let me create those. So insert, press F2, and let's back to English. Relationships. So if you have chance to export to either HTML, the CSV, so you will get 3 files. That 3 file will be element, property, and the relationship. But when you examine the HTML report, you see we have 4 additional tables. That's why I want to give you the detailed explanation on HTML report, because sometimes it's our analytical the activities also interested on which view this element is belonging to. So, but if you just export that to the CSV, I don't remember is that way is we can see the view. So that is the just are different. But if I'm wrong, is please give me comments. So this is the view, and this just are list of the view. The first 3 the table is a very the direct meaning. So one is a list of the element, list of the property, list of the relationship, and from the relation among those 3 tables is every element can have the 1, 0 or more property. Same as the relationship, you can also assign properties to relationship, and then this relationship is point to the source element to target element. So that means one relationship must have the 2 the node which are the elements. And also for view and folder, they also can be assigned for some property. And view has the link to the views content. So content is the actual within the content, you can have the element, you can have the relation. Within the folders, you can have the element, and also you have the folder for relation, you have the relation. So those are the basic the view for those. So now I create 4 tables. Then let me create all of these 4, and now these are rename, and then views content. Ensure is some is this plural is the with s in the end, and for the views is the view s, but the content doesn't have rs after that. So if you want to do the correct query, you must remember these 7 tables name. So let's make this. I hope you create these 7 element same as me. So let's drag them. So that is the way we can make. Let me create this. Yeah, I will not do this quick, so that you can also follow my pace. View, and then view a folder content, and then we drag them here. Then let's see. So we can use select all from elements. So ensure is the capital E. So if you put this small e, you will get this table doesn't not exist. By the way, this is create as our 7 table, but alasql is our powerful, it's a full function SQL engine. So if you want to see is I want to create a table, create table like it's the test table. So you can see here. So let me make this show. So you can see you actually create a table, but that is not relevant for our purpose because this is looks like we treat that as a read-only the repo. So it's not used as our database system. So even I just wanted to demo to you is there's no limitation for the alasql putting here. So so you can use it's not a subset of the alasql. I also see. So I drop that, and now I have this 7 table. So select from elements. So I got these elements. You can see from here. So but the interest to me now is how to have this data table. So the structure. So from the header, you see there's one column is ID. This column is just the sequence number is not in the data model, so ignore that. So second is the element type, specialization. I think after versions 4.9, this specialization was introduced, but for my Archi model, I didn't use that. And then this is the actual the element name, and then element documentation. So let's just keep all of them as this string. So I don't want to complicate it here to give you the more those elements. So it's too many things. You can also have this. Let's see. So just top 3. So then we only got these top 3 things. So well, I will mention some query tactic in next video, so no worry. So we just wanted to use this syntax select all from one table to extract this tables structure. So you can see here is for concept, the property table is not simple ID. Is the concept ID. So this so concept ID is this properties ID. And then we have the property key. It's just the prop key, so not a full property, and the prop value. So when you build together with me, is try also to familiar with those column name, because those column name will be used quite a lot. Is for you later to do the query. So let's go to the relationship S. So without S, you will not get this result. So within relationship table is now the ID. So now this ID is not same as this ID. This ID is the element ID. This is the relationship ID. As I mentioned, within relationship table, they also have the source, the element, and the target element. So that is distinguished. So now we have the relationship type specialization. Just to keep in mind is that in property there's no specialization. So and then this name is the relationship name, relationship documentation. Bear in mind. And then here is the important two. The column is one is the source ID. This source ID is the source element ID. So this ID should be mapping to this element.id and target ID. This ID also mapping to this elements .id. So through here is let's try to familiar with all of those columns. Let's see what in views. Views is this ID is a view ID, and view type, view name, view documentation, and then we have only these four. And let's see what's in the views content. So let me see is the views, and the content C is capital. And then we see here is the view ID. So this view ID from the view content is mapping to this views.id. And then under that is we have the content ID. This content ID is depending on what is the content, the type. Here is the we can see content type. So let's make all of them. So let's see. I show you if not in the top three. So you can see here on this content type, you can see here is the relationship. And if I come to here, here is the element. So that means when you look at this actual the result, this content ID can either be the relationship, then this will refer to the relationship ID, or the element, then that will need to refer to the elements ID. So that is our relationship we need to build. And same is we are not so often to use the folder, but sometimes this folder you can also have some way to query. So folder ID, folder type, folder name, and the folder documentation. So here, so and then folder content. So what's that in folder content? So we have the folder ID. Then this content ID is the folder content ID. So content type, just 3 column. And then let's just examine is what kind of the type inside our folder. So let me scroll down. So you can see here is also including both the relationship and the location. It's because it's in the this model tree, the folder. Those are all folder. And here is a relationship. So within here is the folder include the relation. And also, let's scroll down. You see here, Archimate diagram model. So here, views also as a folder, and you can have the subfolder. So which means is the folder content are more the complexity is they can have either the element or relation or view, and the view content can be the element relation. And I remember is I also put some navigation page. So let me see here. If I put this views content, so can it be also get some? You can see here. So that means views also the content ID can be another view. So if you input our view inside our view, so that means is these three entity can be this child to either views content or folders content. So that is our relationship. So let's first let's build these relations each other. So first of all, so element can have the property, right? So then we have this one element. This is ID is the unique key. The primary key, they have this 0 or more. So the let's have a more relation. You can see here is the part. So I have 1 to 0 to n. So and then I put in from here, drag to property. And then I can let me open this in bigger one. This is the element property. So we can have our here elements dot id to properties dot concept id. So let's make this in this explicitly way. So that is the same if I have our relationship. Relationship can has the property. So I will make here. So relationship also 1 to here. So that is C relationship dot id to properties dot concept id. That is the also. So let me make that here. Then and view can have the property. Folder can have the property, right? So we have those. Let me drag those here. So understand the relationship is top important for you to make the correct query. So here, so let me see, views.id to properties.concept id. And then from here, so we make folder. Folder can also have a property. If you want to validate, let's open this Archi. If I have a folder, so you can see I can assign a folder property. If I have a view, I can assign a view property. If I have our element property, and the relation property. So that means these 4 tables, all of them has the properties on hand. So then folders is the folder ID to property dot concept ID. So now we have this 4 link. Let's see, so what's the relationship between element and relationship? So we analyze this relationship as the source and the target, right? So this must have come to this ID. So once I have one relation, so I have one source ID, and then these relations, but I have multiple relations can have the same source ID. So here can be the 1 to n, and here is the unique. So they come to this unique. So that also is a 1 to this 0 to n. So let's make the relation. So here, so from here to here. So let's make this as the element.id to relationship. Bear in mind, it's not the ID, it's the source ID and target ID. So here is a two relation. So let's make here so dot ID to, yeah. Maybe you feel it's quite complex. Why we do that is once you have this clearly in mind, you will feel very powerful when you're starting to write the SQL query. So that is the things I want that you can enjoy later on. So view. So we have the every view. We have this view ID. So from here. So these view ID have here. So whether these are the unique, let's see. So view content. So this is the content. So views content. So is the table, and that should have a multiple view ID because in your one view you have a multiple content. Every content is one line or one record within this views content table. So the view ID is the it can be the multiple. So again, here is I have a unique views ID. So we will use this 1 to 0 to n. So because some there is a view you can have the empty the content. So that's still the 0 to n. So let me see here. So views ID to views content dot view ID. And similar to the folder, so if I put this folder, I can have a folder with the certain content or nothing. So certain is the folder.id to folder's content.folder ID. So we have this relation. And now is we have the content. So views content. So we just talk about this can be the element, can be the relation, and also can be the another view. But the views content cannot be a folder. So then this content can be here. So element ID can be the multiple one or more, because you can put duplicate element through the shift the key. So then that means within one view you can have a multiple the ID, and within the multiple view, different view, you can have the same element. So that means also the 1 to 0 to n. So it's 0, 1. So from the ID to here is the ensure here is the content ID. And then we have this relation. So let me see here. Relations, relation.id to this content ID. And also we have this one. So view ID to views contents view ID. But we can also have another is view itself can be the content. So then I put here. Also, we can have a view.id to with the contents content ID. So that is the two levels information. And then the folder. So element can belong folder, this belong to folder, this belong to folder, and the folder belong to folder. So we don't have property needed. So here element to folder content. So we are almost done. So ID to folder contents content ID. So let me copy this. So save time. And then the relation. So let me drag this relation to here. Relation.id to folders contents .content ID, and the view can be the folder. So here dot ID to this content ID, and the folder can be that as well. So here that is the way. So we have making those relationship each clearly. I hope it's you feel is clear. So now we have one relationship between element to property. We have several. So let me see. We have one relationship from property to views and one to folder. And we have the folders with complex things. Let me see how we can make them looks a little better. Not so easy. So, but you can see if I putting this here. So now these are not occupy too much each other. So I don't need this one, but we can have that. But if you see from the connection, then they are connected each other. So here, let me see whether I can drag this. Yeah. Now it's not overlapping. I hope. Oh, here. If I let me move this, all the relationships are there. So if I put in this here, okay, then possible I can also drag this down. So then we have more space. So here we have the bottom, this tool, and then we have the view, and we have this views content, and we have the relationship. I hope these are these two. And this one is element to property. So I want is this not to be overlapping by. I think it's now these are kind of better. So we see those. Yeah. So I hope it's from this part is you now see the interrelation among those 7 tables. And in the next video, I will demo to you is how we use those tables to do some basic query and also some additional query. So try to make your own the data model, and I save this one to my GitHub repository. You can download, and also I think is this can be saved as safe drawing as our PNG file. So I can also save that to this Archi HTML. And then with this Rise editor, so both of them can be accessible. So see you in the next video. Then we play together about some alasql. If you got channel time, is you can look at the alasql wiki page to get some ideas on that SQL statements syntax. So see you then. Bye for now.